Okay, so here we go. We've got some Advanced Warfare gameplay, and this is the first game that I played. I completely skipped playing against all the bots, all the practice and everything else. I went straight into this, and I thought, come on, let's fucking do this. And it put me in a game that I think it was already in sort of, it was already processing the game. It was already in motion. So this was the gameplay to support that. It's a team deathmatch gameplay. It's on Terrace, which is actually quite a nice map. I quite like this map. It's quite bright and good visuals, so you know you don't get blindsided too much, because a couple of the maps are quite... There's one which I've played on, which is that flood one. Fuck me, trying to see people on that. People really do blend into the background with the trees. This is on the Xbox 360, by the way. So yeah, I'm using the BAL-27, which is the first custom setup that you get. Obviously you get the sniper rifles and everything else. It's the sort of standard setup it gives you to start off with before you can start creating a class. It's an okay assault rifle. To be honest with you, I'd just use it, wait till you get the AK-12 and then switch over to that. Or maybe you start with the AK-12, I'm not altogether too sure. But I did notice there was a few gunfights I was getting into and I was kind of losing. You know, I was kind of sort of expelling more ammunition than the person I was fighting against, and they were winning the gunfight. And every time you look in the kill cam, it's like, oh, AK-12, okay. So yeah, give this one a bit of a wide berth when you can, and switch over to the AK-12 and grind that out until you get something that suits you a little bit more. But this is from an assault rifle's point of view. So I'm going to be as completely honest as I possibly can. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If you want sugarcoating, then you know where to go. You know the channels where to find that. You won't get that here. It's going to be real talk. I'm going to talk from the point of view of a purchaser and a consumer and somebody who's going to pick up this game and think, right, I want to know what I can expect. And what I can tell you can expect for now, and I'm not naive because I understand it's day zero and things change, is that it's very laggy. It's very, very fucking laggy. The ping bars have made a welcome return, which is a good thing. But if you kind of flick up the scoreboard, the lobby leaderboard while you're playing and have a look at the ping bars, you will see them bouncing in and out of one bar connections on a continuous basis. Not just yourself, but pretty much everybody else. And that's frustrating because, you know, you're playing with localized people. Every time I check somebody, they're from England, so I think, well, that's good, you know, that should be okay. And you just see that you're bouncing down. And I've said before, you know, I know people always say to me, and this isn't a boast, I know people say to me, oh, you should improve your internet. My internet's fucking cool, man, you know, it's good. I understand it was the time of night, it was just after midnight I started playing this, so it's the worst time that you can possibly play Call of Duty, certainly in this country. But apparently it's supposed to be dedicated servers. How true that is, I don't know. I haven't seen any host migrations as of yet. So I'm guessing it could be dedicated servers. That's one promising thing, I guess. But my issue is where the fuck is this dedicated server? Is it like in Endo fucking China? Because, you know, the lobby itself, everybody's just bouncing from 1 to 4. You think, oh god, I'm on a 4 bar, this is okay. Alright, let's go, let's roll. Just check that ping bar again. Oh, I've gone down to 1. Oh, I've stayed at 1. Okay. Oh, it's gone back up to 4. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. Fucking hell. It alternates something chronic and changes its mind like a fucking woman. So, yeah, I'd be really aware of that. The connection can be quite frustrating. You do this thing where you freeze, you know, if you remember having this happen in a Call of Duty, where you're sort of maybe getting shot at and your character just stops, or you get into a gunfight and your gun freezes, and you know you stop moving and then you're dead, and you watch the kill cam and think, what the fuck, did we both experience that? No, you just experienced it. So there's a lot of that. So, you know, this is, like I say, I'm not complaining. I just want you guys to be prepared to make a valid decision on whether you want to go out and buy this game now, whether you want to give it a little bit of time to let the sort of creases be ironed out and the tweaks be tweaked that need tweaking. And yeah, that's basically what this is. So I suppose from a sort of fun point of view, my experience is that it is actually quite fun when it wants to be. It doesn't initially feel like that automatic, oh my god, this is so much fun, because I can quite honestly tell you that after, I would say, roughly about 3 hours gameplay, maybe 4 hours gameplay, and I've started again this morning, started playing, and it's still sort of dropping 1 bar, 2 bar, things like that. My experiences are that you have the odd fun game, but 9 times out of 10 the frustration is real. I mean, I don't know if you can hear it in my throat. I actually really am struggling to talk, and the reason for that is because, and I'm just going to kind of move away from the microphone, because I'm doing a lot of this. Fucking hell! I'm sorry about that. I hope I didn't deafen you, but you know, I should have pre-warned you. But yeah, there's a lot of that. And I haven't raged this much with a Call of Duty for quite some time. There's a number of factors that contribute towards that. One of them is obviously the connection. The second one, which I would get perfectly prepared for, is kind of the whole rooftop system. I get killed, most of my deaths are from behind. You know, I get shot in the back so much. And obviously there's buildings to walk on and things like that. If I was going to give any advice, I would say don't go inside buildings, don't sort of maneuver, you know, stay out of the buildings as much as you can, because there are rooftops, there are skylights, and it's quite confusing because people just boost jump over these buildings and sort of flank you from the rear. So what I would do is stay on top of the buildings as much as you can, jump from building to building and stay on the outside of the map, the outskirts of the map. I can't stress that enough. Hints, tips and tricks. Subscribe for hints, tips and fucking tricks. Do not get down the center of the map because you won't last long. Stay on the outskirts of the map. That is key. So, you can see the gameplay we've moved on to in the background is actually one of the better gameplays, because like I say, marginally a lot of the gameplays I've had are pretty rubbish. My kill death ratio is taking a beating, so I don't expect anybody to have really high KDs in this game. Certainly not at the moment, until they have hopefully ironed some cracks out. But yeah, this one was actually a really good one. It was, I'll just do the old spoiler, it was an 18-for-1 gameplay. But yeah, I get the Goliath, which is a mountain of fun, and I nearly fucked it up because there was a sniper shooting at my supply drop, which was the Goliath, and I was thinking, oh god, sorry, not the supply drop, the Goliath drop. I was thinking, oh man, I'm going to get phased before I can even climb in and do some damage. But no, I actually managed to get it, and it was good. So yeah, the other frustrating thing that you will find, and I suppose maybe I'm a candidate for this as well, is that your teammates will fucking let you down big time. If you play in a clan or if you play with a party of people, I suggest you all party up and you get into a game and play together, because do not rely on randoms for this game. Trust me, I always play with randoms. That's one of my biggest downfalls. I've lost many a game. I think my win-loss is about 0.25 or something, because my teammates just literally do not have a fucking clue. And the reason for that is because there's a massive learning curve with this game. You simply have to imagine that this isn't Call of Duty. This is something else. This is a whole new game that we've never seen before. Everything you know about Call of Duty, forget it, move on, start again, because it doesn't play like any Call of Duty I've ever played before. If I was going to have to compare it to any Call of Duty, I would probably say Black Ops 1. That's what it feels like more to me, Black Ops 1. It's quite fast-paced, but you have to be very, very fucking careful, because you can't just go, you know, to name it after a perk, you can't just go gung-ho, running straight in, mowing people down like you could in Black Ops 2. It doesn't work like that. I think I've had one triple kill in all the time I played, and that was because the one guy was running at me and the two guys were running away from me. If all three guys were charging towards me, I don't think I'd have got it. But I think the main reason for that is because your whole team, like yourself, is learning how to play this game. But it's, oh God, some of the frustrating, like I say, the shouts that I just did. The amount of times I've been in a one-on-one gunfight and you can kind of see your teammates in the distance almost looking at these guys, and you're thinking, please, just fucking help me out. I don't mind getting into gunfights, but I just need some kind of backup. I don't mind sacrificing a kill for an assist. Just let me stay alive. And then obviously, you know, it doesn't quite work out like that, because you die, and then all of a sudden your teammate thinks, oh, I'd better react, and they decide to kill the person who just killed you. Quick scoping, let's talk about quick scoping. I've had one sniper kill me, and he took about 4 fucking shots at me. Unfortunately, I didn't sort of act in the way of boost jumping. I was kind of running away, and I was actually concentrating on doing something else before before I decided to react. But he did get the shot on me, and it was like, oh fuck. But I did sort of look in the kill cam, and it was kind of bang, rechamber, bang, rechamber. So they can't do it as quickly, so that's good. That's quite a good thing. The snipers aren't dominating this game. I haven't quite got round to using a sniper rifle yet, because I'm trying to max out this AK-12. It's very important in this game to be first, because he who shoots first sometimes dies first. But, you know, you can kind of avoid that if you do manage to get your quick draw hand on. I think you have to get about 10 headshots, which on paper sounds quite easy, but it isn't, surprisingly enough, because I'm still not quite there. So my aim must be all at the feet or something. Maybe I need to sort my aim out. But finally, one of the things I do want to say is that one of my other frustrations is this, you know, panic knifing has kind of gone, and it's been replaced with panic punching. And the amount of times that I've been sort of shooting at a person and he's just lunged towards me and punched me with this fucking devastating uppercut. You know, and the thing is, when you watch kill cams, this is why kill cams frustrate me so much, because you know it didn't happen that way. You know, I kind of you get supply drops as you play through the game. I don't know why these supply drops happen, but you get a supply drop and it gives you a weapon, or it gives you some sort of customization. There was a gun that it gave me. I can't remember the name of it, and I thought, oh, this looks quite handy. And you get a bunch of actually built-in proficiencies with the gun, and I thought this should be pretty good. And it was kind of like a light machine gun, but it felt like a submachine gun, and it was fucking useless. I think it was like S12 or something. It was useless. I couldn't kill anybody with this gun. And there was a guy running up some stairs, and I was shooting down towards him, and it was like punch, and he just flew towards me and fucking uppercutted me. And in, you know, from my visual, he slid up the stairs. You know, it was almost like a slide and just punched me upwards. But in the kill cam, he'd just shown him getting very close to me and taking quite an easy punch. So, you know, it's almost like Commando's back, but it's not quite Commando. They don't want you to think that. I don't know. So, what would my final bit of advice be? My bit of advice would be, I know some people aren't excited for this game, and I know some people are very, very, very excited to get into this game. My piece of advice would be, I would give it a bit. I really would give it just a little bit of time, and I will come back to you with any news of any updates or any fixes or any patches, because it's mainly down to the connection. That's my fucking issue. If the connection runs smoother, I think we're all going to really enjoy this game, because there's a hell of a lot of gun balance. You know, I think the guns so far, from what I've experienced, cater for the kind of player you are, and you know, nothing seems overpowered yet. But I haven't run into a thermal, and I haven't run into, you know, quite a lot of weapons, but what I've experienced so far does feel very balanced, and that's a positive. It's just the fucking connection needs fixing, and it's just fucking punches. Stop punching me, man. The panic punch, the panic knife is out, the panic punch is in. 2014 is the year of the punch. So yeah.